For nearly 2 decades, football belonged to a generation unlike any other. A generation led by legends: Cristiano Ronaldo, Lionel Messi, Neymar, Luka Modrić, players who inspired millions, players who defined an era. But as the 2026 World Cup approaches, we may be witnessing their final appearance on football's biggest stage. And when they're gone, football may never feel quite the same again. In 2006, a young Argentine teenager made his World Cup debut. Few people realized they were witnessing the beginning of history. Over the next 2 decades, Lionel Messi would become one of the greatest footballers the world has ever seen. But for years, there was one thing missing: the World Cup. Every tournament brought pressure. Every defeat brought criticism. Every comparison to Maradona grew louder. Then came Qatar, World Cup 2022, the tournament that changed everything. Messi finally lifted the trophy that had escaped him his entire career. For millions of fans, it was the perfect ending, or so we thought, because now another chapter may still remain. At 39 years old in 2026, Messi no longer needs to prove anything. His legacy is already complete. But if he returns one last time, the football world will stop and watch, because this could be the final World Cup of a true football genius. If Messi enters 2026 with nothing left to prove, Cristiano Ronaldo enters with one final dream: the World Cup. For nearly 20 years, he has chased football's greatest prize: 5 World Cups, countless unforgettable moments, hundreds of goals. Yet the trophy remains out of reach. The most painful moment came in Qatar. Portugal's dream ended, and the cameras captured Ronaldo leaving the pitch in tears. It felt like the end. But Ronaldo has never accepted endings easily. Most players would retire. Most players would move on. Ronaldo kept fighting, kept scoring, kept believing. And now, at 41 years old, he may have one final opportunity. Perhaps Portugal's strongest generation yet. Perhaps his final chance. And perhaps the last opportunity to answer football's biggest question: what if Ronaldo actually wins the World Cup? No player of his generation has been more exciting or more frustrating. Neymar was supposed to become Brazil's next king, the player who would lead football's greatest nation back to glory. The talent was undeniable. The expectations were enormous. Yet somehow, the World Cup dream never happened. Injuries, heartbreak, missed opportunities. One by one, the chances slipped away. Now World Cup 2026 may be his final shot, his final opportunity to give Brazil what it has been waiting for. One last tournament, one last dance, one last chance at redemption. Some legends dominate through power, others dominate through intelligence. Luka Modrić did it through pure elegance. The Croatian captain transformed a small nation into a football giant. World Cup finalists in 2018, third place in 2022, achievements few thought possible. Year after year, he continued proving that greatness has no age limit. But even legends cannot outrun time forever. World Cup 2026 may be Modric's final battle, the final chapter of one of football's greatest midfielders, and one final chance to inspire Croatia once again. One day, there will be a World Cup without Messi, without Ronaldo, without Neymar, without Modrić. The game will continue. New stars will emerge. New heroes will be born. Football will move forward. It always does. But for millions of fans, something will be different. Because these players were more than footballers. They were our childhood, our memories, our debates, our heroes. For nearly 20 years, they defined the sport. And World Cup 2026 may be the last time we see them together on football's biggest stage. One final tournament, one final dream, one final goodbye. And when the final whistle blows, it won't just mark the end of a World Cup. It may mark the end of football's greatest era.